Welcome to the 1204. I just received a comment on a video I did 3 months ago. That video is titled RTM Records is a Ghetto Juvenile Podcast. In that video I made 3 months ago, I seriously lambast the podcast. I lambast the host of the podcast, Young Spray. But I believe I focused a lot of my lambasting towards the direction of a co-host who goes by the name Kiki Morales. I haven't seen Kiki on the RTM podcast for a while, so I'm not sure if Kiki is still associated with the RTM podcast. But let me read out the comment Kiki left on that video. So this is Kiki Morales. I shouldn't even bother commenting on your video with 13 views. 17 views now, bitch. But you're telling me that I need to shut the fuck up. Clearly, without knowing me or what I do, is insane. I went on that show myself and was interviewed prior to me co-hosting. I opened up about my personal story about SA. I endured when I was only a child and was bullied on top of it. For those of you who do not know what SA means, sexual abuse. So when I am expecting someone to tell their story, it's because I have done it myself and worked out well. And it worked out well. My interview led to many parents asking me how something like what I had experienced could be prevented. How I was able to move forward after the abuse and also to spot the signs. This led to me writing a book to educate people on something that's actually pretty important and never spoken about. So, whether you agree with me or not, to be a grown man and to speak about a 25-year-old woman, the way you've spoken about me in this video shows that you are no better than the people you are passing judgment on. You've decided to attack me more than anyone else on the podcast, and it really makes me question you. Instead of trying to educate someone younger than you from a place of concern, you are attacking me. I've already seen where I could have handled things in the past better, but it's time for you to do better. First of all, Kiki Morales, what has 25 got to do with anything? Last time I checked, 25-year-olds are grown-ass adults. Now, you might not be as old as I am, but you are still a grown woman. You are not a child. And I don't know why women always do that. They go on like 20s, like being in their 20s is a child. No, it's not. I haven't seen your interview of you discussing your essay experience that you experienced when you was a child. I have not seen that. And I am very sorry that you went through that. However, I still stand by what I said in the first video. Because whatever happened to you as a child is completely irrelevant. That podcast is ghetto. That podcast is ratchet. That podcast is pure car crash television at its worst. And I'm going to double down on what I said. If you honestly believe that that young lady, Anthos or whatever her name is, if you honestly believe that she should have given you guys a genuine interview, then I take back what I said about you giving your head a wobble. I think you need to give your head a bang. What planet are you on, woman? No, 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 no. I'm actually starting to believe that you may be trolling. You may be the one trolling. You may not be rambling in the dark like I am, but you may actually be the one trolling, woman. You've just said that you have experienced bullying yourself. Young Spray called this girl ugly for no reason. He called this girl ugly for no reason. And then this girl comes on the show. And you people actually expect to have a genuine interview? You say you wanted to try to find out more about her and etc. etc. After she was publicly humiliated on that very same platform. And you think that that was the appropriate platform for her to have a deep discussion on. The very same platform that publicly humiliated her. Like I said, I think we've gone past giving the head a wobble. You might need to give that head a bang. And you're saying that I've attacked you much worse than those guys. Now, maybe in that video I did, but I've made other videos about those idiots on that show. But let's stick to the topic. Why would she want to give you guys an interview? And the reason why I attacked you more in that video was because you was kind of say you was almost surprised by her antics. And you were saying, but and I want to find out more about you, and this is the opportunity for you. That is madness. Like I said, listen, if you was being genuine, like if you invited this girl on your own platform and had that one-on-one, maybe I could get behind what you're saying. But there's no way you are going to convince me that that platform, RTM, was the appropriate platform for that girl to tell her story. In what planet are you on? How are you going to call someone ugly for no reason and then get them on the show? Let me tell you how distasteful this is. This girl was publicly humiliated by this young spray. And then that video went viral. Then young spray then tried to profit from the humiliation and the insults by inviting the same person who he humiliated and insulted on his platform for views, for money. And that chick wasn't having it. And you think that her walking off like that was an issue? Now, I don't know what's going on with you, Kiki Morales. I don't know why you're not on that show anymore. Or maybe you are. But by the way, you add nothing to the show. I'm just keeping it real. Let's just get some black broad to come on the show with a weave and Botox, you know what I mean? Wearing some sexy clothes, because that will get the punters in. Because we know that a lot of black men are the biggest simps going. Put a bit of eye candy on the screen, and that will get the punters in. Because you don't add anything to the show. And judging by how you were speaking that day, I think you should keep your mouth fucking shut, woman. And by the way, just another thing as well, I want to point out. You might think you're all that in a bag of chips, but the weave comes off, the makeup comes off. Let's suck out all that Botox, all that chemicals you put in your face, woman. You might just look just like Anthos. Who knows? And you talk about 13 views. I shouldn't even bother commenting because you got 13 views. But then you proceed to write a whole fucking paragraph anyway. And by the way, that video was made over 3 months ago. And I know for a fact you watched that video because a former co-host, Pinky, spoke about it. About the idiot talking in the dark, referring to myself. And you was there with him. So you know, so I know for a fact, you have seen this video before. Why are you commenting now? Because I believe what I said hit home. It has registered, it has stuck in your brain for the last 3 months. Obviously, that's what's happened. And by the way, it's now 17 views now. Peace.